Hey everybody, it's Tamra, and welcome to my journey. If you're looking here for simple weight loss techniques, you've come to the right place. So today's little lecture, conversation, YouTube video is going to be about a video, or I should say a conversation that my friend Favi and I had earlier today, and I thought it was the perfect subject for us to be able to talk about. So today's weight loss tip is all about keeping it simple. I've chosen to be able to go the raw and especially the juicing route because you don't really have to prepare anything. It's all raw food. The juices, it's very simple. All you have to do is drink a gallon of juice a day. If you weigh more, you probably have to drink a little more. If you weigh less, you can drink a little bit less. But you probably should be averaging about 3 quarts of green juices a day. And you do want to go ahead and keep it to the green juices because that's going to keep your blood sugar nice and even. And you can throw a little bit of fruit in there, but try not to put more than 20% fruit. If you do decide to have some fruit juice, I would go ahead and keep it to the morning time so that way you can burn off the sugars so that way you can actually fall asleep at night. And yeah, so the reason why it's simple is just because you're keeping it simple and you don't have to think about what it is that you're eating. You're just mostly drinking, or you're having your salad, maybe you're having some fruit in the morning. But it is really hard because what you're doing is you're removing yourself from society. You're not eating like everybody else is eating. And there's temptations. For me, my mom, she tempts me all the time and she doesn't mean to. The people in your environment, more than likely, they're not meaning to tempt you, but it's hard. You just got to go ahead and focus, keep sticking to your plan. And when it comes up that you're going to be in an environment that is going to be having foods that are going to be tempting you, either you can not go to the environment, or you can bring your own food, or you can bring your own juice. And like case in point, tomorrow there's going to be a happy hour at the neighbors. I'm going to be bringing my own juice. And that's really okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring a cold pressed juice from Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's has got some really good juices, and you can go and get them in the refrigerator section. I think they're only like $5. So if you ever get to a space where you maybe you don't have access to juice, there's usually a Trader Joe's around. I think most of the supermarkets now, they have access to cold pressed juice. At least that's the way it is here in San Diego, California. So I'm pretty lucky that I live down here in San Diego. There's usually a really good alternative. So let's see. Temptation is difficult. Being in society, watching TV commercials, oh my God, it is so horrible. I have never been consciously aware of how many food TV commercials we have. And I was watching I was watching a little kid video this evening with my mom, and there were so many like sugary snacks, sugary cereals on there. I couldn't believe it. It must be so tough being able to keep your kids in check with the sugary stuff. So be very aware of what it is that you're watching on TV. What else? What else? I guess I'm just really thankful I don't drink any alcohol, so that's not hard for me to be able to give up. I do really like my sodas. That's really difficult for me to give up. I gave up coffee quite a few months ago, so I was pretty happy about that. So I'm not addicted to coffee anymore. And I figured now that we're getting into the colder months, I love drinking just plain warm water or even some herbal teas, chamomile tea, even mint tea. I have some mint plants out in my yard, so I can just go pick a couple of leaves from the mint and I can go ahead and drink that. So I'm pretty excited about that. And I think the biggest thing is just staying happy about it and just knowing that you're going to fall off the path, you're going to fall off the bus. I know my astrology teacher, he likes to go ahead and ask me, "Are you still on the bus?" You stay on that bus, Tamra. So just keep staying on the bus, guys. It's okay. You might decide to get off of it. You'll go ahead and you'll get back on. But overall, you just have to remember, just stay on the path. Just keep going. Now that I reflect back, I've actually lost 35 pounds for my whole journey. That's probably been over the last year and a half that I've lost the weight. But I think that's really good. Even though I haven't been eating 100% raw, I still lose a pound here, a pound there. So I'm pretty excited about that. And I see that once I do lose all of my weight, I'm going to be able to maintain a healthy lifestyle that will take me into longevity. I know that I am going to be able to live, a very long life, and it's because I'm making sure that I'm taking care of my health. So, what about exercise? That's the other part of, losing weight is simple. It's not hard. Well, it is hard, but it's definitely simple. So for me, my exercise that I'm doing is I'm rebounding. So I'm just really keeping it real, sticking to the rebounder. Once in a while, I do go to Pilates classes. I have been going to some Pilates classes, so I'll see if I can go ahead and start that up again. I probably will. So I'll take some Pilates classes and then just the rebounder. But from my experience, as long as you're doing your rebounding, or you could walk, you could go ahead and walk for, they recommend 2 hours a day. If you really want to lose weight, you go ahead and you do 2 hours a day of walking. But for most of us, that's probably not really realistic. That's why I feel like the juicing, that's totally going to be the plan. That's going to be the ideal for me, and probably a lot of you out there too, is to be able to stick to the juices, or just have the majority of your diet be juices. And doing the bouncing. Bouncing is easy because I have a rebounder here in my house. So you figure the time or the commute that you would go to the gym, that's at least 15 or 20 minutes there, 15 minutes back. So that's already half an hour that you could be on the rebounder at home. And then you rebound for another half an hour. So technically, as long as you can get a good hour in, you're pretty darn solid with that. And truly, the reason why you want to be able to exercise is to be able to get that cardiovascular the cardiovascular system really going, and you want to be able to have the circulation going because you want to unstick the lymphatics. So you want to unstick the basically the sewage system of the body is the lymphatics. Keep everything flowing. You got to make sure you're drinking a lot of water through this process because it's literally the toxins that have been stored in our fat. God bless our bodies. They're wonderful, miraculous things. They go ahead and they take all the toxins that are floating around, the sodas, the hamburgers, the cheese, anything else that you can think of, and cigarettes, tobacco, medications that you've been on, alcohol, and it gets stored in the liver. Our poor little kidneys have to go ahead and filter it out. And then ultimately, it really just gets stored in our fat. So we want to make sure that we are drinking a lot of water on this particular journey. So, so we have a couple of things. You're going to bounce, you're going to do exercise. You're going to drink your juices. You're going to drink plenty of water. And since if you're really into being able to lose weight, you need to be able to have a gallon of water a day. I know it seems like a lot, but when you're first starting out, it's pretty easy to throw back a half a gallon of water. You can pretty much do that with your eyes closed. Working up to a gallon of water, it's going to take practice, but I know you can do it. And it's actually easier if you have it pre-measured. I like to go ahead and keep mine measured in little quart containers so I can see, okay, I just have one more left or I just have two more left, and I can go ahead and kick those back throughout the day. What else? Favi, can you remember anything else that we were talking about? Let's go ahead and see. Yeah, I think the biggest thing is that you're really just separating yourself from society. You're not eating like everybody else during this time. And I think the big thing for me is that when I eat raw and I drink plenty of juice, I really do have quite a bit of energy. And I just feel good about myself. And the best part, I don't know if you guys know this, but I am a spiritual consultant. I'm a psychic. And I'm really sensitive to my environment. So I'm sensitive to other people's energy. And I become even more sensitive to people's energy when I'm on a raw food diet. And I should say raw food eating plan because it really is a way of life. And I'm doing juicing. and I become even more connected to the universe, to spirit. So I think it's pretty great. So that's another benefit of you being able to do a lot of juicing and being able to eat more raw food in your diet is you will feel just an overall sense of well-being and an overall sense of bliss. So come back, keep watching. If you haven't given me a thumbs up, stop whatever you're doing, give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button right down below. Maybe it's going to be over here. I think it's going to be over here. But anyway, I love you guys. I can't wait to talk to you again. And I'm going to start off with some juice tomorrow. Okay, you can see I'm here in my room. That's a map of Spain on my wall. And we'll talk about that later. I have a really awesome story about that. So I guess we're going to go ahead and talk about some topics of visualizations and you really focusing on what your goals are, because you will be able to meet your goals. You will be able to achieve your dreams. It might not be in the way that you want to, but your dreams will come true. Okay, you guys, I love you. I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful evening. And I'm in my jammies already, so it's time for me to go to bed. And remember, I love you all and visualize success. Okay, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.